The ratings battle between AEW and WWE continues, but is it beginning to turn? Last week, SmackDown did its lowest rating in 8 years. This week, WWE Raw did its second lowest rating ever. And when we turn our attention to AEW Collision, they've actually seen an increase for the first time in a long time. But the bad news is their overall number is still a minuscule amount. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Yes, Collision, we've got some good news. It's their best rating in a long time. But the bad news is the rating is only 347,000.
According to me, Big Nigel, he brought the heat, he brought the ratings, he brought the people in. He didn't really, sorry guys.
Yeah, 347,000, and AEW are celebrating this like it's a win. I mean, at least they're not down at the 200,000 mark, but Jesus, come on. I can't believe that this has been considered a massive increase. It's 347,000. It's an embarrassing number. Make no mistake about it.
Yeah, I think just to sum up how far wrestling has fallen, right? Let's just put this in the see the past week, if you added all the shows and combined them together, it probably wouldn't. It wouldn't even get near what Fox did on the debut. WWE did on the debut Fox.
Probably not, no.
And that's every show, and that's 5 years ago. That's in a period of wrestling that was just as pish. Well, a wee bit better, but horrendous still.
Yeah, I mean, you add up Collision, Rampage, and Dynamite. I mean, you're barely getting over 1 million.
Wrestling
those free shows
is regressing, right? There's a bit of hype around, see over the past couple of years, you've had a lot of big things happen. Punk's come back to WWE, the McMahon scandal, AEW's on the scene, it's a rival company with a lot of money, you've got TV deals, Netflix, etc. But see when everything begins to calm down, which of course it has, a lot of those things are years ago, it's not the overarching theme is shite. There's nothing happening. There's not good television. See, it's like you could bring a movie star out of retirement, right? Like you could bring Sean Connery back for one last movie, but see if you don't have a good script, what fucking good is it? And that is the problem here. It's alright bringing Punk back to wrestling with AEW or back in WWE, but see if you don't have a story or a script to go along with it, or you just repeat the same old shit, it's going to be shit.
I actually think Punk's run in AEW was better.
No, I agree.
Anyway, let's talk about the AEW Collision. It's time for the quarter-hour ratings breakdown. So, 1 o'clock, 8 o'clock, quarter 1, 8 o'clock to 8:15. Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara taking on the Undisputed Kingdom. This did 358,000 viewership, and it did 173,000 in the key demo. Interestingly, it was the highest rated key demo of the show. Moving into quarter 2, continuation of this match. Then you got the conglomeration, Hologram, Rocky Romero, the Premier Athletes backstage. We then got Darby Allin with Evil Uno backstage. Mark Sterling cut a promo on the ramp. And then we got Hologram and the conglomeration versus the Premier Athletes. Lost 3% in both viewership and key demo. Viewership now 346,000, key demo 168,000. Moving into quarter 3. Tag team match continues, Hologram and the conglomeration versus the Premier Athletes. We then got an MXM Collection backstage promo. I mean, it's crazy how people bash this in WWE but pretend it's great when Tony Khan does it. And then we got Lady Frost versus Mariah May. This did 5% decrease in viewership to 328,000 and a 6% downgrade in the key demo to 158,000. So, yep, we are 2 quarters in now, 3 quarters in, and it's just down. But don't worry, quarter 4, we got the continuation of that match. We then got a Yuka Sakazaki video, a Willow Nightingale and Diana Perazza, Talia Valkyrie backstage angle. We then got the Acclaimed. We then got a Billy Gunn backstage promo. And then we got Evil Uno taking on Darby Allin. 9% increase here, up to 357,000 viewers, and a 4% increase in key demo to 164,000 viewers. So 1 hour in, pretty much they're close to being back to what they started with. Quarter 2 and quarter 3 lost some viewers, but quarter 4 brought most of them back.
Yeah, brought most of them back, and I need to point so see this Evil Uno guy. Has anyone seen the state of Evil Uno? Comes out like Mankind and wears this gimpy Lucha Libre mask. I thought Evil Uno was some Diddy man who had no build to him. I didn't realise he was some fat, out of shape fucking jobber.
Who still has no build to him.
Aye, but yeah, his build is just he's morbidly obese.
Alright, quarter 5, 9 o'clock to 9:15. We got the finish at Allen versus Uno. Then we got a Jeff Jarrett backstage promo. Then we got Serena Deeb taking on Queen Animata. This went up 2% in viewership to 365,000, the highest viewership quarter of the show. And it also went up 3% in the key demo to 169,000, which was only 4,000 off the opening key demo quarter. So we get a bit of an increase here in quarter 5, but it's to be expected. It's the top of the hour. It's when shows are finishing. It's when people are changing channels. It's your big chance to get people in, and I don't think people want to sit around for Serena Deeb versus Queen Animata.
No, they do not. And this is the writing on the wall here. I mean, I cannot believe these two have done this number, but when you look at it and realise it's the start of the second hour, that's the only reason why it's done this number. People aren't tuning in to see Queen Amita against...
Well, maybe they tuned in to see Jeff Jarrett, to be fair. Moving into quarter 6, so 9:15 to 9:30pm, we got the finish of Deeb versus Animata. We then got a Rampage recap, which nobody wants to see. We got Saraya, Harley Cameron backstage promo. We got Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara backstage angle. We then got FTR, Hook and the Outrunners versus Grizzled Young Veterans, Roderick Strong, Rush and the Beast Mortos. Again, a 7% downgrade here in the viewership to 341,000 and a 14% downgrade in the key demo to 146,000. Is it fair to assume that nobody likes FTR? Because I think that I do believe they tank the ratings every single week. Let's not put, they're not the big draws that people believe they are.
They're there every week. You know, see if I was Tony Khan, I'd look at a bit of correlation, right? I would be like, right, who's on the show every week? So who's responsible for this fucking massive decline since the first couple of shows that we've put on for Collision? FTR. They're there every week, and they've dropped the fucking ball. To me, they should be the first name not on the show, just due to the fact that, oh, I don't know, they're rating killers? They main event every fucking week, man. Every week. How many times do we sit... I mean, we joke with Carmelo Hayes, right, and Andrade, and, oh, it's their millionth time. They've had 5 matches, right? But see these fuckers? They're in the main event every week.
Without fail?
No, see if we're looking at a percentage rate about how many times these guys have main evented in Collision since the conception of this show, right? And you take away this guy getting arrested in episodes they literally couldn't appear on, I would say they've main evented about 3/4 of the Collisions.
And the main event of this one as well, because it drags on for another 2 quarters. So, yeah, down there, we're going to quarter 7, 9:30 to 9:45pm. The continuation of this 8-man tag, down 3% again in viewership. It did pop up 8% in key demo, surprisingly, but the viewership overall total still going down. And then we're going to quarter 8. We get the finish of this match. So that this match lasting through 3 quarters, just not. I mean, look at it. FTR, Hook and the Outrunners versus Grizzled Young Vets, Roderick Strong, Rush and the Beast. Wait, I thought there was only 2 people in the Outrunner. Hook is in there as well. Anyway, 5-1. It's not an 8-man tag, then it's a 10-man tag. What a waste. What a fucking waste. So we get that finishing in quarter 8. And then we get a Serena Deeb backstage promo. And then Nigel McGuinness and Tony Giovanni do a promo on the ramp. This went up 6% in viewership to 352,000. And it went up 4% in the key demo to 165,000. I mean, just that 10-man tag match lasting for quarter 6 through to 8, not good enough.
No.
3 quarters.
3 quarters for a match.
Might not be 3 full quarters, but it's just...
And say what you want.
1 quarter's enough.
I believe it was last week's Collision. You had, like, Brian, the Blackpool Combat Club, and, like, the Elite all in the match.
And compare that to this, it's...
You know, it's like, yeah, we don't like half of those guys, or all of them, but when you look at their status in the company and also how much they're on, and then you look at these guys, it's like fucking night and day.
I mean, come on, the Beast Mortos, how's that guy in a main event? I don't know.
The Grizzled Young Veterans weren't good enough for fucking...
NXT.
Yeah, they were jobbers on TNA. Roderick Strong's 45, Rush is shite, and the Beast Mortos is pish.
Anyway, Nigel McGuinness did end the show, and there was a slight increase, but, I mean, we're talking minuscule numbers here. We're talking a couple of changes to the channel.
No, see this promo. This is fucking awful. This guy's getting a title shot because these two had a feud in ROH 15 years ago.
Way to earn a title shot.
No, to me that is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't understand that. Like...
It's like, I don't know, Marty Jannetty coming back and when Shawn Michaels beat Triple H. I mean, here, we feuded over a decade ago.
You threw me through the barbershop window, mate. So.
Triple H has to go in line. I'm getting the first title shot.
No,
3 stages of hell, you know, it's like fucking dumb.
No, and there's people out there trying to say that Nigel McGuinness against Bryan's the greatest rivalry of all time. That actually, I mean, you heard me grit my teeth there. It's not even the greatest fucking feud in ROH, let alone of all time.
I preferred Punk versus Joe, to be honest.
Aye, so yeah.
Anyway,
No, but at least Punk and Joe made sense, like when they did it, like last year. I mean, it's Punk versus fucking... Yo, Nigel McGuinness at his peak. At his
I know, but
peak,
look at
interrupted the greatest promo of all time. That's his peak.
nah, that's what he's known for, and that's not something you want to be known for.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at Punk, Joe, big all in, felt like a big match. Bryan versus McGuinness just doesn't feel like a big match.
It feels like a match that... It feels like a match that should maybe main event Collision instead of FTR one week.
It feels like a match that if they gave you it on free TV and you didn't pay for it, you'd feel robbed.
Aye.
Anyway, guys, that's it. I feel robbed talking about this. The number is not good, but it is an increase in what Collision's been doing. How sad's that, though? 347's a big increase in what they've been doing.
But it's down 29% what they were doing last year.
Yeah, and that's the overall impact there, Numbers are going down, guys. Wrestling, boom period. I think not. Anyway, we'll catch you soon for the SmackDown quarters. Till next time, peace.